Hey guys, welcome to Basically Physio. Have you all heard of this thing called the on and off times in Parkinson's disease? Well, today we're going to explain about that. To explain this on and off time, simply think of it as a switch. When the medication is on, the symptoms are well controlled and there's not much motor problems in the patient. When the medication is off, the symptoms are not well controlled and there'll be more motor disorder type of movements seen in the patient. Throughout the day, there will be many periods of time where it is the on and off time for the medication, and this is known as motor fluctuations. So why do motor fluctuations actually happen? As the Parkinson's disease progresses, it is very common for the dopamine producing brain cells to die. This means that the medications will also tend to not last as long as they did in the early stages. And eventually the brain will reach a point where it stops producing dopamine in large amounts and must rely solely on these medications to replace the dopamine. From this basis, there are two hypotheses why motor fluctuations happen. As the disease progresses and the cells reduce in the number of quantity, levodopa is the medication that helps to restore this dopamine in the brain, and this dose can last from anywhere between 60 to 90 minutes. As the disease progresses towards the later part of the 90 minutes, there will be very little levodopa or dopamine left for the body to use, and since the body is also not producing large quantities of dopamine, this will lead to the off time being more prominent in the later stages. The second hypothesis or understanding is that the cells in the brain become more and more sensitive to the levodopa concentrations in the body. So during the lower concentrations of levodopa, more off-like symptoms will be present. So what are the aims behind the treatment of on-off or motor fluctuations? The goal is actually to manage the fluctuations and dyskinesis to help the patient remain as active and independent as possible. So depending on your current regime of medications, your doctors or medical team may take a look and try to add in or reduce or increase the doses of your medications. So some things that they can do is they can adjust the dose of levodopa either by increasing the dose or adjusting the frequency of you taking the medication. They can also add in different medications to kind of taper off or help to maintain the level of dopamines to be more consistent so as to avoid the off time. Rehab also plays a part in this on and off time, and some of the things are explained in another video. I will link it in this video and you can have a look at it. For medications wise, you can look at my previous video that I went through, and this gives you a brief understanding of all the medications used for Parkinson's disease. Thank you for watching and do subscribe if you found this useful.